So this week, I have three kids. Two of them are in primary school. I'm privileged to attend their Christmas, so-called Christmas, quote unquote, concert in school. And let me tell you, it was anything but Christmas. They sang a few songs. Uh, there's no reference to Christ. You know, Christmas consists of Christ and Mass, Christmas. But there's no Christ in it. There's no Jesus in it. The songs that they sing is not even Christmas song. Let me tell you what they sing. They sing It's My Life. They sing I Want It That Way. They sang Old MacDonald. They sang Shotgun. You know, the new popular pop song Shotgun. The Muppet Show. And last but not least, my favorite, they sang Baby Shark. Yet they call it Christmas concert. So I don't know if what's your idea about Christmas this morning? What is Christmas to you? I don't know, because the school system doesn't seem to know what Christmas is all about. Then I also happened to be, for my very first time, at Christmas Carol at Gels Park, which is awesome. There's tens of thousands of people there. This one's a lot better. They sing proper Christmas songs. And I enjoyed the time. There were fireworks at the end. However, the presenter then says, out of all the beautiful classic Christmas songs that you could think of, the presenter says, this is not my favorite. This is absolute favorite of my Christmas song. You know what it is? It's Bing Crosby, The White Christmas. Apart from the word Christmas, there's nothing Christmas about the song. Let me read to you the lyrics. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Well, beep, it's summer here. Just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and the children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. And the next verse, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. With every Christmas card I write, may your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. And the next verse, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas just like the ones I used to know. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Let me tell you this morning that there's nothing Christmas apart from the word Christmas in that song. Especially for us in Australia. It's not even white. It's wet and hot sometimes. And well, it depends, right? Depends on where you are and what time of day you are. Even like today, we have experienced about 2 or 3 season already, and it's only barely midday. So at this time of the year, if you go to your local shopping mall, I don't know what your local shopping mall is, where it is, but if you go there, you'll see somewhat Christmassy decorations. There could be some Christmas references in there. There could be reindeers, there could be Santa Claus, and things like that people think, well, there will be Christmas sale around, but rarely you would see a reference to Christ. You know, like Christmas has Christ in it, so rarely you would see that. So even for all of us in living in Southern Hemisphere, so I really don't know when I talk to people about Christmas what they understand about Christmas. So today we're going to look at the meaning of Christmas, and I'm going to be quick about it. I'm going to go through about 3 points so that it's easy to follow. Another thing that is interesting about Christmas is this. I noticed some people have somehow missed the idea of white Christmas, especially us in Melbourne. Southern Hemisphere is hot. There's no snow. Because we miss it so much, I've seen people doing this. They have their laptop up, and what they put on their screensaver? Fireplace, with the crackling fireplace noise. So that it feels like, it's Christmassy, it's heartwarming, it's comfortable, it's, you put your feet up in front of a fireplace. Obviously, we can't put a fireplace here in Christmas, so in Australia. So you put up a fake one on your screen, even with the sound effect, all the sound effect. So you know what is that? You know why people do that? You know why people do that here? Let me tell you what it means. Let me tell you what they think Christmas is about by doing that. They think Christmas has to mean a comfortable thing. It's festive season of joy and holiday. It's, I've worked my behind off for so many months, from January till December. Now I deserve to enjoy this. I deserve to put my feet up in front of a fireplace, sipping my hot chocolate, maybe bubble tea in summer here, or slushy or something cold. But the idea is Christmas is relaxed, should be relaxing, should be beautiful, should be heartwarming. And we often picture a family sitting around a very nice, cozy living room, opening up present, the dad and the mom smiling. The kids are all well-dressed and well-spoken, well-behaved, right? Those people have no kids, right? I'm telling you, I've got 3 kids. Those things don't happen. They are dreaming. They're in the movies. They're in Hollywood. But real family, that is not the pictures. If you've got young kids, they'll be running around, running havoc in the house. Okay? But that's the idea of Christmas that we get from the world. Okay? You go to a local mall, you go to school, that's the Christmas that you get. And the question is that really the meaning of Christmas, though? How about if you are poor and don't have money? You cannot buy presents. You cannot go to your local shopping mall and shop till you drop in the Christmas sale. How about if you don't even have a family to give present and receive presents from? So does Christmas mean anything then? So we want to address that this morning, the meaning of Christmas. When it comes to the message of Christmas, see, this Bible that we have, there's so many references about Christmas, the origin of Christmas, the promise of Christmas, and everything about Christmas. But today we're going to look at probably the famous passage about Christmas that we've just read. That is from Isaiah 9, verse 1 to 7. That's probably the most famous and most popular message, text on Christmas, foretelling. So this is not happened already. When the passage is written, it's talking about way down in the future, about 700 years before it happened. So that's Isaiah 9, 1 to 7. So this is a famous passage. If you grew up in a church, you would probably have read this, and some of us probably read it many times and probably do not know what it means. So today we're going to look at a couple of verses from chapter 9, and hopefully we get a little bit more understanding of what Christmas is and what does it mean to us. So we're going to look at particularly 3 things about Christmas. According to Isaiah 9, Christmas is about the light that shines in the darkness through a Son who is given into the world. And his name is called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. So according to Isaiah chapter 9, that's what Christmas is. Christmas is about the light that shines in the darkness through a Son, through a person who is given to the world. And his name is called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. We're going to look at 3 things. We're going to look at the light that shines in the darkness. What does it mean? What's it all about? Secondly, we're going to look at the child is born, a son is given. What does it mean? How does it apply to us? And the third thing, and finally, we're going to look at the name, one of the names. There are 4 names, so we're going to look at one of the names, the Mighty God. So 3 things. The first one, the light in the darkness. So meaning of Christmas, the light in the darkness. So if you read Isaiah 9 verse 1, let me read to you, and it'll be on the screen. But there will be no gloom for her who was in anguish. In the former time, he brought into contempt the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali. But in the later time, he has made glorious the way of the sea, the land beyond the Jordan, Galilee of the nations. Verse 2, the people who walk in darkness have seen a great light. Those who dwelt in a land of deep darkness, on them has light shined. So the first point is about Christmas is, according to Isaiah, that light has shined in darkness. So what does it mean? What does it mean really in this context? Well, the text, if you read, let's go back one verse, right? So, because the verse 1 here say, but, so when you read something like but, you got to look at why is it but, right? So there must be something before but. So let's look at that. Verse 21 of Isaiah 8. So this is why, but lightness, the light has shined. So this is the reason for the but. They will pass through the land, the people of God, greatly distressed and hungry, and when they are hungry, they will be enraged and will speak contemptuously against their king and their God, and turn their faces upward, and they will look to the earth, but behold, distress and darkness, the gloom of anguish, they will be thrust into thick darkness. So Isaiah was saying the people of God will be led, and what they'll be experiencing will be thick darkness. There'll be gloom. There'll be desperation. They'll be in despair. They'll be in darkness. And then come Isaiah 9. He said, but God will send the light into their darkness. Well, apart from its immediate context, which is, almost 3,000 years ago when this was written, I believe this text about light being sent to darkness is very appropriate for the world that we're living in today. Your world, whatever your context is, and my world. It's very appropriate. It gives us a picture of who we are, where we are living in today, that we are living in this thick darkness world. And many people are in distress, just like the people of Israel back then. Many people are living in darkness, not just darkness, in thick darkness. This is what happened when you live in thick darkness. Means like in pitch dark. Okay, there's no source of light, that you won't be able to see a thing. If you can see something, that means there's light still. Like when you go to bed, when you're young, in your bed, you're scared of dark because you think you can't see anything, but you can actually see something because there's source of light somewhere. But when you talk about thick darkness, there's no source of light. You can't even see a thing. If you can't see a thing, you can't go anywhere. You don't know where you are, and you just can't go anywhere. You're just helpless. You're in distress. You don't know where you're going, and oftentimes people will get depressed because of that. And according to World Health Organization, there are more than 3 million people today who are suffering from depression. 300 million. That's a lot of people, right? And Lifeline Australia, this is closer to home. And they say this, that suicide is the leading cause of death for Australians aged between 15 and 44. The leading cause of death for Australians aged between 15 and 44. There are approximately about 65,000 suicide attempts every year in Australia. Suicide attempts. And there are about 3,000 successful ones. That means by the end of today, there will be 8 people in Australia who have killed themselves. By the end of today, 8 people would have killed themselves. You see, the thing with being in thick darkness is this. You don't know that you are in it. You just don't know. You are so in it that you don't know that you are in it. It's like a fish wouldn't know they're in the water until they're being brought out of the water. Oh my goodness, what is this? The same with us. The Bible gives us a picture that before God sent the light, the world is in pitch dark, in thick darkness, and people do not know their left from their right. They do not know what is right, what is wrong, until the light shines and say, wow, this is what I've been doing. This is where I am. I need help. And the thing with people who are in the thick darkness is that they don't know they're in there. And they need help. You see, we're living in a prosperous nation. Now look around you, like the poorest of the people in this nation is rich by the world standard. We're living in a prosperous nation, and with the help of technology and social media, we are more connected than ever before. I don't know if my parents have 100 friends. I have 1,000 friends just on Facebook. And you probably have more. We are more connected than ever, yet we are more lonely and more alone than ever before. Why? We have to ask why. I think one of the reasons is because of this. We are living in darkness, and when that we don't know that. So what? And because of that, what we are searching in this life, we want more money in life. You ask people, why do you work so hard? Why do you study so hard? Well, I want to get a good job so I can get a good pay. Why do you want to get a good pay? So I can get married. Why do you want to get married? Well, I want to have kids, I have a family, and I want to buy a house. See, those who are renting, their goal is what? To own a house. And those who own a house, what's their goal? To have another one. Investment, security. When they have one investment house, what do they want? They want another one. They'll never reach it. So to speak, they never reach the target. They always want more. They're seeking for security in their life. They want their retirement fund to be full. But the thing is, for those who are rich and wealthy, they know, and you can ask them. To them, it's never full. There's always more to gain. And that's when it is with the world. And what else do people seek in darkness? They seek sex. They seek intimacy. Right? And let me tell you, just ask those who are married that you know, those who are already married, that sex won't make you happy. Ask any married people. Sex won't make you happy. It does not give you intimacy that you seek for. And if you're married, and if you're married in this place, and if you're not satisfied with your sexual life in your marriage now, let me tell you, you will not be satisfied in your extramarital sexual experience. Just like money, security, if you're not secure and have enough now, you will never have enough. Same with sex and intimacy. If you're not satisfied now with what you have in terms of intimacy, you will not have enough regardless of what you have in your life. You will always want to seek more and more. And how about fame and power? People seek for significance in life, looking for self-worth in life. The same, like when it comes to the suicide rate and the depression, they do not discriminate. Oh, you're poor people, you'll tend to get depressed more and higher rate of suicide. No, that's not the case. People who are famous and powerful are just not satisfied with what they have either. They think if they're famous and they're rich, they'll be satisfied, but they're not. Once they get there, they realize, well, I want more. I want more. Why? Well, because we are living in darkness. Without light, we are living in darkness. We cannot see a thing when we are in the thick darkness. When we can't see a thing, we don't know where we're going. And if we don't know where we're going, then nothing else really matters in life. See, you don't need money, my friends, or more friends, or more sex, or more power, or more fame to make you satisfied in this life. Because those things won't satisfy you. It will satisfy you before you think it will satisfy you before you have it. It's just like the next new gadget or the next new thing that is promised gonna solve your problem. You think that it will satisfy you until you have it. And then 6 months later you say, not really. So what happened here in this context of Isaiah 9 is, instead of giving Israel, the people of God, when they cry out to God, Assyrian, the enemy, is about to invade them. So they're crying out for help. Instead of God sending a huge army or a powerful king, God say, I'm going to send light. And then in verse 6, it says this, for to us a child is born, and to us a son is given. Instead of sending a huge army, a powerful king, to the people of God who's crying for help because their enemy is about to attack them, invade them, God say, I'm going to send the light, and I'm going to give you a son, a child. What's going on? It doesn't make sense, does it? It doesn't make sense. But that leads us to our second point, right? So the first point is, so what is the meaning of Christmas? Well, the meaning of Christmas, according to Isaiah 9, according to the scripture, is this. Christmas is about that light that God sent to shine in your darkness and my darkness. And that is hope. Because when in darkness, we don't know where we are and where we're going. But when light shines, we know where we are and where we're going. So Christmas is about light. That's why Christmas trees are decorated with lights. That's why you go to a shopping mall, be bright with lights and stuff. That's what it's about. It's about light that comes in darkness. Second point I want to talk about is a child is born, a son is given. This is interesting because of the context. When they expected a king, God sent them a son, a child. That totally inadequate. You know, when you, it's like when you phone your friend. This is like 10 o'clock at night. You phone your friend. Man, I'm stuck at home and hungry and starving. I'm famished. I'm dying here. Can you help me out? And then your friend say, no worries, I'm coming over. And they come over and they give you a bag of chips. It's like, dude, at least get me a Big Mac or something. You know, it's totally inadequate. Like you're so famished. You say, I've even eaten all day and this is 10 o'clock at night and you give me a bag of chips. That must be how it felt for the people of God. When they're in distress, about to be attacked, to be invaded by the enemy, God say, I'm going to send the light. I'm going to send a son. I'm going to send a child to you. So what does it mean for them? Well, what can a child do is our questions, right? What can a child do? Well, let me tell you, what can a child do? You see, a weaker person, if some of us, if you live long enough, you would have friends like this. The weaker your friend, the more they want to show that they're powerful. The poorer a person, the more they want to show you and prove to you that they are not poor. Powerful people do not show that they are powerful. They don't tell you that, you know who I am? Those are the small fish. You know, just like even Hollywood knows this. If you watch Hollywood mafia gangster, the big boss don't show off their muscle. They just like, meh, whatever, you know. And the rich is the same, right? You don't see the rich showing off all their richness and stuff. It is the not so rich who are showing off and try to prove themselves. And God sending a son and a child is telling us, I'm God the Creator. I can do anything. I don't need to send a whole army to help you. I can send a son. I can send a child, a babe in a manger to help, to rescue you. So we're talking about a powerful and sovereign God who sent his son. And we know if we fast forward about 700 years from the time it's written, we know that is fulfilled in the person named Jesus when he was born, Son of God. And this is powerful God. He has nothing to prove to anyone. See, when we Christian, if you're believers, and pray to God, God help me, you know, if you are really God, do this and do that. Well, let me tell you, God has nothing to prove to you. The fact that we're still breathing right now, that's a grace of God. That's a mercy of God upon us. So he has nothing to prove to us. And this is true to most of us in our cases. When we ask, we all have asked God in our prayers, right? In fact, most of our prayers, we tend to ask. It's a petition. We're requesting something. And you know, oftentimes when you pray and God answers, he don't really answers your prayer in the way that you want it, in the way that you expected it, right? Rarely, to be honest, rarely God answers in the way we expected. Rarely. God, and that is why sometimes people don't believe in prayer, because they think God don't answer prayer. Well, God did, and oftentimes answered in a way that we don't expect, and we don't think that's God's answer to our prayer. And the same happened here. The people of Israel did not think that God has answered their prayer. and they're still looking for help. It's like, God, help us here. See, by sending his son, a child, to us, this is God, the creator, the powerful God, sent his son to us. He sends a message to us that I'm the creator, you're the creation. I'm not going to strong arm you to believe me. I'm going to lay down my life for you, Jesus said. Come, all those who believe. We have to come to him. He's not going to force you or me to believe him or to trust him or to give your life to him. You're giving a son, not a powerful king. How can the people then today have, if in darkness, if you have a friend or if you feel like you're in darkness, if you're a friend in darkness, how can then we receive this light so that we are not in darkness? How can we receive this sun? Well, I'm glad you asked, because Isaiah write next in this. Not just he write in verse 6 that for to us a child is born. He also say to us a son is given. So a son is given means you don't really work for it. It's a gift. So how do you receive it? How do you have this? How do you have the light? How do you have the sun? You receive it. If I give you a gift, how are you going to have it? Well, you receive it. You take it. You don't earn it. Because if you earn it, it's no longer a gift. The Bible says, to us a son is given. It's a gift to us. It's a gift to you and me today. You just open it up. You receive it. If you are working and your boss gives you your salary and say, hey, John, this is a gift, or a monthly gift to you, you'll be offended, wouldn't you? So I work for the whole month, Monday to Friday, sometime overtime, and you say this is a gift. I earn this. This is my wage. This is my salary. This is my pay. You owe me this. It's not a gift. But when it comes to the light and the sun that God has promised to the people of Israel and to you and me this morning, it is a gift. You don't earn this. And by receiving this is where we can experience true intimacy. So when people seek to have intimacy with friends and to have sex, more of those, it's not going to solve that, because you just want more and more and more and more and more, because they're not the real deal. If you're on the real deal, God has given us his son to have true intimacy with the Son of God. So what does Christmas really mean then? Well, Christmas means this. We have seen that Christmas means light shine in darkness, but also the fact that a son is given to us. It's a gift. We cannot earn this. We can only receive it. So what do you do with it this morning? You accept it, the gift of God, on Christmas Day. So other religions in the world will tell you, they say, well, Christmas, everyone should celebrate. It's about love, but no, Christmas is about God sending his son, his light into the world. See, all other religions telling you this. If you want to be saved, you will have to do this, you have to do that, and you have to eat this and don't eat that. They give you a slew of instructions and law to obey to be saved. But Christianity is saying this. You want to be saved? I'm giving you a gift of that salvation. Receive it. No other religion does that. No other religion does that. Christianity is the only one that says you can be saved only by receiving a free gift from God. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to work for it. Our salvation is by grace alone. And the third thing, this leads us to the third thing, the mighty God. So there are four names. Let's look at the four names, part B of verse 6. And his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. So there are four names, and some scholars think, maybe this. They try to find out who this son is. Some say, well, it could, based on the context, it's obvious. It's the son of Ahaz, the bad king, and God answered them by giving them the good son, the good king, King Hezekiah. And some say, no, it's actually Cyrus. It's talking about Cyrus, right? Well, that's why there's four names there. Wonderful Counselor may be those human king, Makes sense. They could be wonderful counselors. Prince of Peace, maybe the good king can be Prince of Peace because they bring peace to the land. But they can never be the mighty God. There's no human can be the mighty God. And there's no human being can be everlasting Father. The last time I checked, the death rate on earth is 100%. What it means is if you're born, you'll be dead. 100%. So there cannot be a human king who will be everlasting Father. So this child and this son that is promised cannot be human or merely human. See, God did not just send a savior or a son or a child. God sent himself to us, equal to him. Mighty God that he sent to us to rescue us. Because if you need help, let's say your car broke down in the middle of whoop whoop. There's no help and you call your friend to help you. And your friend comes like, actually, I don't know what to do. It's just a helpless, even worse. Your friend come in her high heels and stuff. You don't expect her to get her hands dirty and help you and fix your car. So, but God is not like that. He sent his own son, equal to him, God himself on earth. And all other religions like this. So this is unique to Christianity as well, because all other religions will tell you they are not God, but they can tell you this is the way to my God. That's all other religions. If you wanna be with God and reach God, this is what you need to follow. I'll tell you the way. I'll give you the instructions. Right? But Christianity is the only one that says, whose God says, I am the way. Come to you, come on earth, as light, as son, born as one of us, and say, I'm the way. Jesus did not come and tell us, I'm going to show you the way. Jesus said, I'm the way. No other religion does that. No other religion can claim that. So why do we need God then in this Christmas? The message of Christmas is this, that God sent his son, the light, God himself to us. Why do we need God? Really, sometimes when we need help, like when you're in trouble as school kids or you're in uni, when you call your dad and you need financial help or kind of support, you call your dad or mom or whatever. Can you help me? I'm really short on something. You're hanging out with your friends, you know. You are partying with your friends. You're probably drinking a bit too much. You're running out of cash, and you're calling your dad or your mom and say, I need help. You expect them to just transfer you a bit of money or give you whatever so that you can get home or you can buy more drink. But your dad, instead of doing that, he said, I'll come and get you. He said, no, just, I need help, but not that kind of help. That's what God is doing. The people of Israel, we are crying out for help, but we didn't expect God to send himself to us. We just see a lot of us, even us Christians, when we ask for help, we do not want God, we want his blessing. When we call for help with our God or our Father and say, Dad, can you send me some money? We don't want our Father, we want his money. But God sent his own son. And let me tell you why we need God and not his blessings. Why anything less than God himself is not enough for us. Let me tell you. Because we are the creation and he's the creator. Creator and creation, there's this clear separation between creation and creator. You might not get this quite clearly, but I think this illustration might help. You know Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck? You would, right? Mickey Mouse and Donald Ducks are creation of the creator named Walt Disney. So Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck are having a chat and say, I want to go to Walt Disney house. Can you show me the way? And Donald Duck said, oh yeah, I'll show you the way. That's rubbish. They cannot know about Walt Disney if Walt Disney doesn't tell Donald Duck or Mickey Mouse about himself. Can he? Let alone where he lives. They're in different world. Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck is the creation. You and I are the creation. There's no way for us to know where to get to God or who God is if He does not show Himself to us. The only way we can know a glimpse of who God is and how to get to Him is if He comes down to us. If Walt Disney then tell and put himself in the story of Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, then it started to make sense for Mickey Mouse and this is Walt Disney. Otherwise, it does not make sense to them. So we need anything less than God is not good enough. So what is the meaning of Christmas? Well, the meaning of Christmas is this: God, the Creator, reveal Himself to us, the creation, by sending the light through His own Son as a gift. So this morning, the message of Christmas is this: you do not need to have a family to experience Christmas. You do not have to have money to experience Christmas. You do not have to have a lot of things to experience Christmas. In fact, you do not need to have anything to experience Christmas, because Christmas comes as a person, Jesus, as a gift. All you need is to just receive. And that is hope for us, because this Christmas means those who are living in darkness can finally, for the very first time, see light and know where they're going and know where they're heading. And that is hope, because Christmas is for everyone, not just for the privileged few. And let us pray.